Hey, good morning from Hanoi in Vietnam. Thanks for joining me in my hotel room. I've been asked to make a video detailing how I identify a trend, how I trade that trend, and also where do I place my stop losses. I'm looking at gold because it's one of my favorites, and I know most of you guys who follow me trade gold. It's very difficult to identify the trend clearly. Yes, we're in a bull trend. Prices have been moving higher since Q4 2022, but it would have been a very difficult trend to trade. For example, if I isolate that particular area, you would have struggled to identify a very clear trend. It's really only when we include the last 4 months that it becomes apparent that we are in a bull trend, but not easy enough to trade. Now, right now, from this chart, I could not identify a trade level that I would be willing to take a risk. So the only thing I can do is then move to the 1 hour chart, which is on this side, and you can see I do have something of a tradable trend. Now, it's quite erratic. It's quite random, but we are seeing lower lows and lower highs. So if I had to put a trade on in gold, I could suggest selling around the 50% fib level, around 2042, 2045. I've got the 500-hour moving average acting as resistance. I've got the trend line going back to the beginning of January, so it's about a 3-week-old trend line. It's enough for me to say, okay, I could try a short there in the prevailing short-term trend, which is about a month old. I've got a 1-month bear trend to trade. This is the euro versus the US dollar, which on the daily chart, we've really just been going sideways since the beginning of last year. We are actually trading exactly where we were right at the beginning of January of 2023. So there is no clear trend for me to follow. The only thing I can do then is open the chart out and see what we've got more recently. Okay, well, on the daily chart, we have something of a bull trend, which stretched from the beginning of October up to the end of December. Is that bull trend still relevant? No, I don't think it is. If you traded that bull trend, well, good luck. We had some very deep pullbacks, but if you traded it and made money, fine. Now it looks like you need to change tack because we've broken the uptrend line. We are testing the 200-day moving average, which is holding, so we may just trend sideways. Now remember, when a bull trend is broken, when a bear trend is broken, when those trends no longer exist, it doesn't mean that they will go into reverse. When a bull trend ends, it doesn't mean we're going to immediately go into a bear trend and the market will just give up all those gains. We can, more often than not, actually, I would say, the market will consolidate and actually trade sideways for a period of time. And the thing is with that, you don't quite know until the pattern starts to form. So it takes quite a significant period of time before you then realize, okay, this is a flag, this is a triangle, the pennant, whatever the pattern is. But of course, you don't know immediately. So right now, I can say we've broken the uptrend. If we break below the 200-day moving average, it would look more negative for the euro versus the US dollar. So again, the only thing I can really do is look at the short-term chart. 1 hour is as short-term as I will go. Anything shorter than 1 hour, I think it's not relevant as a trend, or the signals are not reliable enough. But we do have a 4-week bear trend for the euro US dollar. Is it a tradable trend? It's okay for a scalper. I can argue that we have resistance around 108.95. We've got the Fibonacci level, the 200-hour moving average, and a trend line which stretches back a couple of weeks. Again, not the strongest trade opportunity, but when the market is trading sideways, beggars can't be choosers. So in this case, yeah, I probably would suggest a short around 108.90, 109.00. Look, the trend line here, for example, if we were to go there now, trend line's at 109.05. So you could have a really tight stop above this previous peak at 109.15. I could put a stop in at 109.20. It gives me about 20-25 pips stop loss. If I could make 50 pips out of the trade, if we could get back down to where we are trading now, actually 108.50, I've got a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. I'm only risking 25 pips. I can make 50 pips. You know, those are the sort of trades that we're looking for. Risk 1 to make 2. Now, if we break higher and the trade is stopped out, we could try a short again at 109.40, 109.45. There's a fib level there. There will be a trend line there by the time we get there. The trend line's at 109.49. We've even got the 500-hour moving average, the green line, coming in to meet that. So this looks like another resistance level to me. I'm trading in the direction of the short-term trend. If I get into a short position at that level, where could I put my stop? Well, the trend line right now and the 500-hour moving average is around 109.50, 109.55. If I put my stop in at 109.60, or if I want to be ultra cautious, 109.65, I've still only got a 20 to 25 pip stop loss. It's pretty small. Could I expect to get 50 pips out of this trade? Sure. Why not? it could go back down from 109.45 to 108.95, which offers a 50 pip profit. So again, risking 25 to make 50. Does that work as a risk reward ratio trade? That does work. I'm happy to risk 1 and make 2. If I do that, if I risk 1 to make 2, I only need 50% of my trades to actually work for me to make a really good profit. So I'm happy with those kind of trades. So just to sum it up, if you're looking at this and you're seeing these horrible sideways trends that have been going on for months, if not years, in fact, in some pairs, you've got to really drill down into the short term and just look for these. I'm going to call them scalping opportunities. They're not swing trade opportunities. If you're risking 25 pips to make 50 pips, you can probably open the trade and close it within a day. You're done by the end of the day, and you can try and find another 1, 2, 3 of those opportunities the following day. It's quite a nice way to trade. Nothing overnight, no need to worry. And if you could bag 50 to 100 pips a day, you're doing extremely well.